Ezra, thank you for taking the time. Tell us about what happened at the Canadian Parliament where they're honoring a Nazi.
It's unbelievable. So Vladimir Zelensky was in town on Friday, and Justin Trudeau embraced him as he always did. It is very much like Joe Biden in that regard, just utterly committed to Zelensky, which you can have a debate about that. But what I think is not debatable is that for some weird reason, the Liberal government invited into the Parliament an actual 98-year-old Nazi SS officer who sneaked into Canada about 70 years ago after the war by lying about what he had done in the war. His name was Yaroslav Hunka, and he was part of the 14th SS Battalion. He lied. He said he was part of the 1st Ukrainian Battalion. So he got into Canada, led a very low-key existence, hoping that the Mossad Nazi hunters would catch him. And then out of the blue, he's 98. He gets an invitation to Parliament. And he's introduced not as a Nazi, but as a Ukrainian-Canadian war hero. So most people, I mean, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, they had no idea who this guy was. He was introduced as a war hero. They applauded. They just said he fought the Russians. But think about it, Charlie. Who was fighting the Russians in the 40s? That was Hitler. And again, this guy wasn't just some conscript. He volunteered to join the SS. He would have been one of the guys doing the special political violence, going after Jews, checking in the attics, shooting resistance leaders. Oh, my goodness. And they jumped to their feet and applauded, and they almost got away with it because not a single person in the mainstream media said, hang on, fighting Russia in the 40s, a Ukrainian war hero? Which team was he on? Anyhow, people on Twitter, including myself, dug a little deeper. And over the weekend, we put irrefutable facts forward and started nudging the opposition and nudging, frankly, Holocaust memorial groups to weigh in. And finally, they did yesterday. And the dam broke. But Trudeau, he's blaming it on the Speaker of the House as if he didn't vet everyone in the room. Quick point, Charlie. This would be like during a State of the Union address when the president gives a shout out to this veteran or that person, and they stand up and the camera pans over a highly scripted event. Don't tell me for 1 second that Trudeau didn't know who he was. Trudeau's saying, I don't know who did that. That's crazy. And Trudeau took the day off today so he doesn't have to answer any questions.
I mean, this is like a bad Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where, right, Larry David comes in and says, guys, I found this freedom fighter. He's the best. He dedicated his life to killing Russians. He's done it for years. Let's honor him.
That's exactly what it's like, but it's one level worse. Because Trudeau's go-to insult for everyone who disagrees with him is to call them a Nazi. He even calls black MPs and Jewish MPs Nazis.
Yes.
Seriously, there's Leslyn Lewis is a black MP. Melissa Lansman, who's a Jewish MP, both have been called Nazis by Trudeau's government. This is obviously not true.
So first,
and it's him who brought the Nazis.